And he's like, I don't feel like I owe the blogs any explanation as to what's going on in my business, and I can handle it. No, you can't handle it. Like, Chrissy, this is why you should have stayed your ass home. You didn't have to leave New York. Hell, if you was gonna leave to Miami, then he should have took his ass over there with you.
Can we just talk? Can we just talk?
What's going on there? Right there, you're tuning in. It's your girl Nesha here, back in the cup. Once again, y'all read the title. Y'all already know I'm going to review Love and Hip Hop New York. This is season 10, episodes 1 and 2. Now, y'all already know the first episode is usually just an update of what they've been doing behind the scenes. But since we got Instagram, Twitter, and people that's in their camp that always like to give their business, honey, we stay informed on what's going on. For instance, with Safari and Erica, honey, we already know that they got a baby on the way, that they are engaged. They're happy, at least it's what they tell us. And we also know about the little scandal that went on with Gabby. Y'all remember Tasha K interviewed Gabby, and she let us know that the ring that he gave Erica is the exact same ring that he tried to give her. But it just didn't work out. Apparently they was in love, but she got tired of that man playing with her heart. Okay, so we hear about all of that. She's just really happy to have him, okay? Because she told us that her father passed away in February, and that right when he passed away, that's when Safari came up. And so she feels in her heart of hearts that he was sent by her father.
I'm letting you know, if you cheat on me, there's no saving anything. I get it all.
Can we talk about how Erica was sitting in the lawyer's office? They're supposed to be discussing the new home, getting insurance on their new home that they're going to purchase. And then she just slides in their prenup. And he's like, wait, first of all, we haven't even talked about this, and you bringing it over here to a stranger, which is the lawyer that y'all are trusting with all your information, by the way. But you decide to bring this up, what should have been pillow talk here. And then we haven't even discussed this. So I feel Safari on that, and I get why he was defensive. But then your girl with them damn crocodile tears, honey, she started crying, saying that, you know, you love me and I love you, and I just want to make it work, and I want to make sure that the baby is taken care of, and I'm not going nowhere, you're not going nowhere. And she was just crying, and I was like, Erica, boo, you done got too much work done to that face, honey. Over to Yandy and Mendices. He's still away. It looks like from the previews of the next, the season, that he's going to be getting out early. So I don't know if he's actually released or not. That would be pretty cool though if she kept away from the blogs and he's out. I'm just saying, that'd be dope, okay? Now, Yandy did tell us that she has been offered a position on the board of directors for a prison reform group. So girl, go ahead, do your thing. You know, she's really advocating for that, especially because Kimbella is going through the exact same thing. And she says it's been 8 years now. Did she say 8 years or 5 years? Oh, it's 5 years, okay? He has 8 years sentence, but it's 5 years so far. So girl, that's a long time to be away from them babies and stuff like that. So kudos to you for being independent, for holding it down for your mate.
Yes.
I need you out like right now.
Pap is not here.
Like right now.
And Remy and Papoose, our only updates here is that the baby is there. And she's just trying to adjust, trying to get back into her, music and everything like that. But it's really hard because the baby stay latched on to her, like literally the baby is latched on to her breastises. And she said it's really hard for her to go out there and do what she needs to do. But the record label is hounding her because they like, yo, girl, you need to release some content. We need to get the people what they want. Otherwise, we're going to have some issues. She has a conversation with Fat Joe, and he says there is no excuse. I've seen women with baskets on their head and a baby strapped to them, and they are still working. So there is really no reason why you can't get out there and do the dang. Acting like this her first time having a baby. Then again, maybe this is the first time she's had a baby while she's, working on her rap career, because maybe her son was older then. I don't know. I think he was. Cause he's like, oh girl, don't give me the line. She says that she don't, do all this booty shaking music like what's popular right now. And I think that's gonna be her hardest part about making music. I mean, you still gonna have your loyal supporters or whatever, but when it comes to what's trending now, it is not what, you know, made her famous. Okay. So I think that she has the pressure of releasing the content that people will actually buy, because really, who wants to release music that nobody ever listens to? Anyway, let's move on. So she is, though, off of probation, so she's extremely happy. Later on, they do a party that's like the off probation party or whatnot. That's what we saw. For the most part, everybody, you know, was pretty cool. You know, there wasn't too much drama, no shadiness. Until that's until Rich Dollars walked up and he gave Safari a handshake. Safari thought it was gonna be smoke, but it wasn't any smoke. He even tried to, you know, extend his hand to Erica, but then Erica just kind of looked at him and kept rolling. I was like, Erica, girl, see, that's why y'all. I promise. When it comes to me, like sometimes when I'm speaking to people, if I feel like you're not going to speak back, I reserve that. Like I keep that to myself, because listen here, what I'm not going to do is speak to you. You don't speak back to me. I can recall real quick. I used to work as a receptionist somewhere, right? And this lady would come there like every I think it was like once or twice a week she'd come there and she'd drop off an envelope. But every time she came, she would never speak to me. She would just walk up and I would be like, hi. And then she would just leave the envelope and go on by her business. And I was like, this lady rude as hell. So finally, after months of this, I stopped speaking to her. I said, because she hurt my damn feelings. Every time I speak to you, you don't speak back to me, right? So then eventually I stopped speaking to her. And one day, y'all, I promise you, I kid you not, she comes in there and she drops off the envelope and she says, good morning. And I guess it's because I had already made up my mind I wasn't going to speak to her, so I'm already on the computer and I'm doing my thing, right? And so then she's, good morning. And I said, oh, good morning. And it's just the weirdest thing how she would speak after months of not speaking, right? So anyway, that's why I just kind of pick and choose who I speak to. If I feel like you're going to speak back, I'll speak to you. That's just me. Comment down below if you're like that. Kimbella and Jewels, you know, he's away. He has that sentence. I think he had like 2 years. Do y'all remember what it is? I can't remember. Anyway, so she's raising the babies and stuff like that by herself. And we see her and Chrissy. They meet up, they have lunch, and they kind of hash out their differences. And Chrissy is very apologetic for what transpired 8 years ago. Y'all remember when Chrissy drug her, okay? Drug and punch. There was some things going on, honey. She did that. Now, she did apologize for it, like I said. So Chrissy and Kimbella, they're able to move on past that moment, especially because Dipset, right? We don't want to cause this friction between the guys because we can't get ourselves together. Now, Kimbella did try to have that same happy ending when it came to Yandy and Chrissy, but y'all, I didn't see that happening, especially because she walked up, Yandy was looking at her like she had shit on her face, and Yandy was not here for that day. Okay, so let's move on. So that's pretty much the updates on Kimbella and Jewel.
We both may have been unhappy in a relationship, but that don't give you the right to just take off.
Joe and Sin, honey. Now, y'all remember last season when I did this review, I told y'all when Black Love, #BlackLove Papoose, that boy went and got some advice from Papoose, and Papoose said, now they were already going through their issues, right? He goes to Papoose to get some advice on what he should do. Papoose says, this is a perfect opportunity right now for you to propose to her. And I remember saying, oh, hell no. Why would you propose to her if you can't even get it right while y'all not engaged? Like, why does that even make sense? Why would you go into a marriage like that? And I couldn't understand why he gave him that advice. Well, we are here now, right? And your boy is single. She just up and left. She said she saw something in his phone and she didn't address it. She didn't say anything. She just left. And so now they are trying to co-parent. The only time he sees her is when he goes to pick up Lex, baby Lex. And so he doesn't really know what happened. However, he says that what he thinks happened, the messages that he thinks she saw, was taken out of context and there was no cheating involved, and she is not giving him an opportunity to explain himself. Listen, Joe, I don't know what type of old school games you trying to play with your girl Sin. I mean, she's much younger than you. She kind of can catch up on the bull crap because she probably done did it her dang self. And for you to sit here and say that, it wasn't that. It wasn't what she saw. I'm sure the girl know whatever in the hell she saw. That girl know what cheating looks like. That or she's madly insecure and she probably saw you say hi to a girl and went off. But I highly doubt that. So they ended up getting engaged, right? Before all of this. 4 months in is when that happens and she leaves. So now we're at the point where we're trying to see if there's anything we can do to salvage the little bit of relationship we do have, so that way we can do what's best for the baby. Him and Chrissy, y'all. Chrissy is back, honey. And she says she is back like she never left because this is home. She tells us she's been away for 4 years in Miami and that Jim has been here all by himself, honey. And she say they still together. They were still together during that whole time. I don't see how y'all could still be together and you in a whole other state and then he here. Like I it just don't make sense to me. And then further into the second episode kind of proved my point as to why you should have been there taking care of your household. I mean, y'all get so much money and then y'all get to living in different houses and shit like that. I just don't understand it, honey. How can y'all have a good, healthy marriage like that? So then later on in the episode, we see blogs. I think it was I think it was Sin that brought it up, that the blogs had started releasing that their home, Chrissy and Jim's home, went into foreclosure and it sold for $100. Now, Chrissy was told by Jim that something was going on, but he didn't tell her that the house was in foreclosure. And apparently they hadn't paid mortgage since 2010. Hell, they let y'all do that? They let y'all get a house and not pay a mortgage for years? That's possible? So they, Chrissy's a little bit pissed, right? She said, I've been gone for 4 years. And I come back to this and then I have to learn from the blogs. You didn't tell me. And he gets a little bit upset because he's like, I can handle it on my own. Boo, no, you can't. Because if you could have handled it, you would still have that house. Now, she did say, or he tried to give the excuse of, well, the CPA didn't do her job. She was supposed to go out and refinance the house because the house wasn't worth what it was appraised for. And so she never did that. And then this is why we are here today. And the blogs have to find it out. She's like, well, the blogs know because now I have my other business ventures that I'm doing with the I think it's called Lady Millionaires or something like that, where she flips houses. That's gonna affect my reputation. Like, you didn't think to tell me anything. And he's like, I don't feel like I owe the blogs any explanation as to what's going on in my business, and I can handle it. No, you can't handle it. You cannot handle it. This is why, Chrissy, this is why you should have stayed your ass home. You didn't have to leave New York. Hell, if you was going to leave to Miami, then he should have took his ass over there with you, because obviously he can't take care of his business. Now, that's pretty much all I have for my review. We see Tahiri is back. Jonathan is on there. Jonathan and Kimbella, they made up for about 5 minutes. And then when Kimbella saw, when they were sitting there talking about this foreclosure, article that they were reading, she didn't like how Jonathan and Yandy, they were just sitting there talking about it and just talking about this girl's business and not even giving her the opportunity to tell us what's going on. Like, how are y'all just sitting here entertaining this? She didn't like that, and then they ended up getting a little bit into it. So, like I say, they had made up, but then that shit lasted for a good 5 minutes. Anyway, jump into the comments. What y'all think about the 2 episodes that we have seen thus far? If you didn't see it, because there's a few of my subbies that don't watch it, okay? What you think about my review? Do you think it's gonna be a good season, honey? Safari and that hot ring. Safari gave that ring to Gabby, and then he turned around and gave it to your girl Erica. Now, we know that Erica was pissed. Y'all remember on Instagram, she was walking through there throwing roses and stuff all on the ground. It was some type of, I don't know, she was pissed. It was some waiting to exhale type shit going on. She walking through there tearing up stuff and just pissed off and mad. But they ended up working out, and I'm happy that they did. See you in the comments. Bye.
I'm ready to go. This tea is super hot. I'm about to rush. I'm back, 3 feet, no pressure.